Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a review and a comparison of the new Makeup Revolution concealers. I am stoked for this stuff. Honestly, I've had this for nearly 5 days because I got it way before it came out. Well, a couple of days before it came out, not way. But yeah, I got this concealer and I'm going to try it out. It's £4, but I'm also going to be testing it against the infamous Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. As you can see, I've got the concealers on. If you want to see how I apply them, what my thoughts are, then please keep on watching. As you already know, today's video is going to be a testing review. Well, not even a review, a sort of a tutorial and a sort of like, because I'm not going to be one of the first people, but I'm quite in the first range of people to get the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer and Contour. Now, I've been waiting, right, because I'm telling you, I love, from when I got into makeup, I love Makeup Revolution. It is my favourite brand. Like, I know, like, in some countries you can't get it, or the delivery and whatnot. I'm telling you, Makeup Revolution is one of the greatest and most affordable, like, brands that you will ever come across. Like, yeah, there's some of their things are a bit iffy, but that's with every brand. But this, sorry, I've got foundation in my nail. But this brand is spot on, right? And I've been waiting for ages. When I mean ages, I mean for ages. Because when they initially came out, they had like these really liquidy concealers and like a, I think it was like a, what do you call that? Like a crayon one, and it wasn't very good. It's like £1. What can you go? When I heard that these were coming out, boy was I ready. I found a Superdrug. I was like, okay, cool, let me go in. I didn't have any clue that these were going to be in there. And this was, I think this was Sunday. So the release is I'm videoing this on the day of the release, which is Wednesday. But I got this on, I think, Sunday. And I didn't know, I didn't want to say to like the people working there, oh, this isn't out yet, so am I allowed to buy it? But I just picked it up anyway. So I got mine in the shade C5, if you can see. I've tried this out. This isn't like just a quick review, like, oh, a first try. Like, I've had this for a couple of days now, and I've literally been using it on all my recent Instagram pictures. This has been the concealer that I'm using. So because I've seen that it's full coverage, I want to compare it to my Tarte Shape Tape, because I actually have both. So this, I think, is around £23 and this is £4. Now, just look at this. Look how cute the packaging is. It just says Makeup Revolution. It's quite hard to pick up on the camera because it's got this sort of metallic sort of look to it. It states that it's got 0.11 fluid ounces of product, or 3.4 millilitres of product, and the Tarte Shape Tape has 0.33 fluid ounces, or 10 millilitres. So it's not really a there is a massive difference, but then at the same time, if it's a full coverage concealer, you're not going to need that much, and plus it's £4, so you're not really going to go wrong. So they have 18 shades. They're all in like the C. I think the C stands for concealer, I think. You can also use these. I know Tammy, who does the Makeup Revolution videos, so does Kami, and Soph does nails. They done swatches, and she uses those for, from what I guessed, she uses those to colour correct and to I'm not too sure about contouring, but I know from the shades that I've seen, there's 18 of them, that there's a lot of contouring shades. The only thing that I'm not so happy about is there's so much in the light range, but so minimal in the darker range, because I just feel that there was way too many light colours that were all of the same sort of shade. I don't know if there's like pink tones, warm tones, olive tones, neutral tones, I don't know, but this seems quite neutrally to me, this shade. Let me swatch it on my arm. What I will say from trying it, I do like it. I'm going to show you how I apply it and how I use it. I'm going to use it as if I use any other concealer. It is what I was worried about when I initially swatched it. It's quite watery, not watery, but it's not got a thick consistency. Some people may like that, but then at the same time, I'm not one of those people that likes that, because I sort of feel more comforted if it's got more of a thicker feeling to it, because then I just had that feeling that it's going to be full coverage. But don't be fooled, people. This is a pretty decent concealer for £4. I'm telling you, this could be a new goodie for 2008. So it comes with a doe fat applicator. Just literally, when you look at it, it's quite a big one, and it's actually very similar to the Tarte Shape Tape. So I'm in the shade C5, and I'm just gonna swatch. I've got foundation on my hand, but I can't swatch to save my life. I'm just gonna swatch the shade on my hand. So it is very similar to my skin tone. It's more neutral than anything, because I've got a neutral skin tone anyway, but it's very similar to my skin tone, or my skin tone on my hand. And the Tarte Shape Tape, which is the shade light neutral, which is way too light for me. I just swatched that. You can see there is a massive colour difference, so it's going to look really weird on my eyes, but you can just see from the difference. They both have the same sort of texture. They both have the same sort of texture. This one's a bit more watery, and there's a thinner amount on there, but it looks like it just has slight more coverage. So we could be in for a good one, people. We could be in for a good one. On the right side, I'm going to put on Makeup Revolution, and the left I'm going to put on the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm just going to be applying this in my under eye, and I'm going to put this, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape just underneath the eye so you can actually see the coverage. So I'm going to lift up my mirror a little bit. So far, I'm not having to apply a lot. It's relatively thin in consistency. I do like the colour shade for me. I was quite lucky in picking the right one, because I really wanted to do this video early. But yeah, I'm just gonna like really show you how radiant this is. I really like it. I think it's got great coverage. See, it is slightly thick, but it's not as thick as you would expect a full coverage concealer. So like the Tarte Shape Tape for me is really thick. So I'm just gonna go down my nose, there, and just on my chin. So for me, the Tarte Shape Tape is extremely thick. So yeah, I'm a bit worried about putting this on my eyes, because I only really use this to carve out my eyebrows. So I'm just gonna use a tiny bit. I even think this is too much. So yeah, they are different shades, of course. I already know that the Tarte Shape Tape is full coverage, but I want to compare it to the Makeup Revolution one, as I've already said. So if I come closer, my light brightness is not too bright, is it? That should be alright. So I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, and I'm just going to blend in how I usually would. And I'm going to use one side for Makeup Revolution and one side for Tarte Shape Tape, so I don't cross concealers. Yeah. Now I'm going to blend the Tarte Shape Tape. You can see already it's very radiant on me. I really like it. But yeah, we're going to go in and we're going to blend the Tarte Shape Tape. So from blending the two concealers out, I have got quite a lot of Shape Tape on, which I shouldn't have done. I didn't apply the Shape Tape in the exact same like triangle effect as the Makeup Revolution one, being that I knew that I could just blend it out because I know how the concealer works. But so far, what I will say is they both do slightly crease before you set, of course, any of them do. From my initial thoughts, when I first tried this, and I've tried this about 4 or 5 times now, I prefer the Makeup Revolution one. It hasn't got the maximum coverage like the Tape Shape does, but then I prefer that. I think a lot of people will, because I think with the Tarte Shape Tape, if you put too much on, there is no going back. But with this, it's there. It gives you that, how to explain it? The Tarte Shape Tape gives you that doll effect, so it literally takes away any lines, it gives you sort of a filter effect, right? But the Makeup Revolution one, it just has that, you still have your texture of your face. Not, when I mean texture, I don't mean bumps and things like that, but it molds into the shape of your face. I don't know if you can just see. They're both extremely full coverage, as I know the Shape Tape is. I was really shocked at how full coverage this actually is. When I look, they're both creased already, as you'd expect anyway because I haven't set them. But what I will say is they are very, very, very similar. Like very similar. This one doesn't feel heavy. I can feel this one sort of, but this one doesn't feel heavy. I think for £4, this is absolutely bargain. Like this is absolutely brilliant. Like I'm gonna come back in a minute, do my full face of makeup, and then I'll tell you my final thoughts. But so far, I'm absolutely loving this concealer. Like I think honestly, it's gonna be a new holy grail for me because I'm looking at it now and it just looks so radiant, so easy to blend out. It was so easy to blend out. It was creamy. It was just so nice on my skin. I really like it. I do not regret purchasing it. I'm so bloody I'm glad that Makeup Revolution of their game. Think about it. You got a concealer like this, which is £4. £4. I don't know how much that is in dollars, but I think it's pretty cheap. Comparing it to something that's £23 and gives you practically the same thing, you're in for a goodie. You know why? Because when you've got brands like this that put so much effort and dedication into their products and make them affordable, save yourself some money and pick this up. I don't know if it's going to be worldwide, but if you're in the UK, I highly recommend. And this isn't just the first time because I've been using this. I'm going to set everything, come back with makeup and give you my final thoughts. Okay, so I'm back. I look a bit intense. I am so sorry. The lipstick, I know I'm going to get people asking me. The lip combo that I've got on is the Makeup Revolution lip liner in the shade Noble. And over that, I've got my Huda Beauty liquid matte in the shade Transetta. My final thoughts are that the concealer isn't drying. It's quite nice. What I did like is, with me, I've heard from Tammy. Tammy did say that she thought that the concealer dried down quite quickly, so you had to just put it on and blend it. But I actually didn't find that. Maybe that was because I put the Shape Tape on really quickly and then blended. But I actually found that it was really, really nice. It hasn't creased as much as the Tarte Shape Tape, which is nice. My eyes, inevitably, whatever I do, will always crease. But overall, I think that the Makeup Revolution concealer is an absolute bargain. Like, I think this is a really, really good concealer and I completely recommend you guys to pick it up. I haven't got anything bad to say about it, except from when I said that it does feel a bit thin on me, but then once you put it on, you sort of just forget about that and you just see all the positives in it. So overall, I'm going to be using and abusing this concealer. When it runs out, just buy another one. Why? Because it's £4. It is £4 quid. 4 bloody quid. And then you want me to be paying £23 for this? No, it gives the same, practically the same thing. So why am I buying it? Why am I ever gonna pay for this again? Never. I ain't gonna do it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you want to see more of these testing videos, please give this video a massive thumbs up. I hope I helped you out. You can purchase the concealer from, if you're in the UK, you can purchase it from Superdrug, or if you're international, or even if you are in the UK, you can purchase it on tanbeauty.com. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you enjoyed it, give it a massive thumbs up. Please, if you're new here or if you're returning and you haven't hit the subscribe button, could you do it, please? I would really, really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't already, please turn on that notification bell so you know when I post, so you don't miss out. And I love you all. And if you've got any video suggestions for me, please comment down below. I hope you have had a lovely new year, and I wish you all the best for this year. And I love you, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye.